Okay, so you turned on this video. That means you are looking for motivation. Well, aren't we all, me included? I can be one of those people who can get down in the dumps, I can get depressed, I can be lackluster, lazy, sloth, I can be all of the above and just find no motivation and just sleep my days away and go on with the everyday. I'm up, I'm working, I go to bed, and I'm not really living my life. I'm letting my life pass me by. And so what I did one day is I decided to write my own motivation down, like tips for motivation to motivate me. And I actually want to share these with you guys because even though I wrote them down for myself, I figured they could maybe help a lot of you. Maybe not all these tips will help you, but I have probably about 10 bullet points right here, and you know, every single one is like a checklist. If this one doesn't work, I go to the next. If it goes to the next. So maybe one of these works, maybe two of these works. Maybe you'll write these down yourself so you don't forget. And literally, whenever you start feeling yourself just slowly passing time, you know, waiting. There's a song by Dolly Parton, and it's called Better Get to Livin', and it's like, the day you're born, you start to die. Don't waste 1 minute of this life. Get to living. And that is so true. Every day, as morbid as this may sound, we are closer to our death. But having said that, it's another day to do something extraordinary with our lives, to touch people in our lives, and just to make our lives worth it. So if we were to die tomorrow, our life would have been wonderful. We would have literally lived each day as the last. So I have books right here, which is one of the steps, but I guess we'll just start with these. So Joel Osteen books are amazing. I love Joel Osteen. He is a Christian-based speaker, and I am Catholic, and you know, some of the things the Catholic Church doesn't really agree with his faith, but we all have that common ground of faith in God and Jesus. And what I like about Joel, especially his books, Your Best Life Now and Every Day of Friday. I love Your Best Life Now. This is definitely my favorite. 7 Steps to Living Your Life at Full Potential. And I'm not going to summarize these or anything because I really think you guys would benefit reading these. But it's really just, it's just motivating just to read. It's just inspiring to read, even if you never took his tips. It's just, he's a feel-good preacher, and a lot of my times my dad doesn't really agree with him because he'll say, you know, a lot of the Catholic teaching is suffering, that we have to suffer here on earth, and I believe that to some extent, but we need to get through life, you know? As much as that may be true that we have to suffer here on earth in order to get to heaven, you know, why not just try and feel as good as humanly possible through that suffering? Because yes, we're going to have tragedy, and yes, there's going to be things that set us back in life, but to keep going, I'm all about the feel-good preaching, and I think Joel is a great speaker. If you can listen to his, you know, find him on YouTube. He does a TV show. He's really, really great, and yes, he does make money by preaching faith and all this stuff like that, but honestly, he earns it and deserves it. He has to make a living somehow too, and he's really just, I truly believe that God definitely blessed this guy with a gift. I connect with him. I really, really connect with Joel Osteen, and again, even if you're not a Christian person, or, you know, you don't have faith, or he's good to read anyways, just because his words are encouraging. He does quote the Bible and stuff, but there's a lot of other good stuff in there if that is not exactly your thing. Okay, this was going to be my very first tip. It's right at the top of my thing. Here's your motivation. Start today. Start right now. Don't wait tomorrow. Don't wait till Monday. Don't put it off until, you know, after my test, or after vacation, or after someone gets married. Like, do it today. Like, start today. Today is the day. Like, right now, kick yourself in the butt, you know? Second one was exercise. Go out for walks and join a dance class. And you know what? I'm telling you, whenever I start feeling down in the dumps, like for real, I will go outside and I walk. I walk, and because outside, no matter where you live, I live on the beach, and I'm so blessed to see the beach and the ocean and all God's creation. But, you know, I was just in Indiana recently, and it's all flat lands, but in a way, that's God's beauty too. The fact that He created just this wide open space, it feels so freeing. Like, there's no buildings, there's no smog. It's just a freeing thing. So really, go out and walk and enjoy God's beauty, and take note in the world that's so much bigger than you and your problems. And I think it'll really help, and it inspires me. Like, I go out and I look at the ocean, or I look at what God's created, and I think it's so inspirational. Or just to get out among people, just to people watch, look at people while you're walking. It's really great. And exercise too. Just exercise any way you can. I said join a dance class because that's what I do from time to time. I will find either maybe a sexy dance class, like a pole dance class, or, you know, just like a hip hop, or I took tap like a couple of years ago, just out of the blue, out of nowhere, or, you know, community colleges have a lot of adult dance classes, and just go out and, like, that was my way of exercising. Or if you like to go to the gym, go to the gym, and, you know, I know a lot of people love that. To me, that's stressful, but any sort of exercise really kind of pumps you and gets you going and says, you know what, I'm worth it enough that I'm taking time out of my life for me, not for working, not for feeding my kids, not for taking people, running errands, like, it's for me. I'm taking time out for me and my body, and that's going to motivate you right there to keep on going with that energy. So we did talk about the Joel Osteen books. Okay, so the life map. Okay. So here's the life map. So what I do, and I've had probably 3 of these in my life, and I tell you what, these life maps work. I wish I had my life map in my office, which I don't, but I keep it on my refrigerator, and it's not as big as I've had before, but in the past I would take like poster board, and I take about 6 poster boards, and I write, well, for me there's 6 main goals I want now. I write down everything I want to achieve so I can visually see what I want to achieve, like what is it that you want to achieve. And then when you have big 6 goals, then you can go with paper or another poster board, do a little circle around your first goal. And then put out little things on how to get there, like what steps do you need to take in order to achieve that. Start with baby steps. You know, you may have this huge goal of, let's just say you want to become a famous actress. You know, put that down. Like, I remember, you guys, seriously, I remember thinking, I want to model. Like, I love taking pictures of myself. I love posing my whole life. And I remember writing, be a professional model on my thing, and I was like, how the heck am I going to be a professional model? I'm 5'3". I am definitely not model type. I'm neither a glamour Playboy model nor my high end. Like, how the heck am I going to model? You guys, I had that on my life maps, probably 2 life maps I've had, and I've had that on there for years. And then I was like, you know what, I need to figure out steps on how to do this. So what I did was I, you know, took one of my other goals, which was to be an actress on TV, and that did come true with the Greg Behrendt show. I got to be on that show and get my AFTRA and SAG card, and it was great, and I was paid, and I was a regular. And it was awesome. So I took the acting goal and I connected it. I said, okay, well, you know what? I can do music videos. And music videos will get me exposure. And maybe somebody will be like, hey, we need her for something. So I thought, okay, I need exposure. How do I do that? Get music videos. How do I get music videos? I Googled it. I was like, castings in Los Angeles, and it came up to a bunch of casting websites. I got a bunch of music videos. Eminem music video was my big break, and from that, Popsy Lingerie, Hips and Curves, Pipe Dream Products, all these companies came because there was a whole market for plus size lingerie that I was not even aware of, and they're like, we want you to model for us, and it came true. Same thing with my breast implants. It can be super superficial to put that on your life map. I aspire to have breast implants. It was one thing, and you know what? I couldn't think of how to raise money for it or how to get it. I was just like, how am I going to get these breast implants? Like, what is going to happen? So I wrote down, all I did is I knew I needed money. I just wrote down all the ways I could make money. I literally was just scraping for everything. Like, at one point I was standing out for tips on Hollywood Boulevard, and I thought, oh, I could do that again. I could do my YouTube, or I could, you know, go get a part-time job. I could, you know, just cut out eating out, cut out movies, you know, just there was many ways that I needed to save money, and I just figured it out, and these things manifested. I'm telling you, the car right now, my black BMW, was like a dream car of mine forever. Like, I drove this little crappy Volkswagen Bug that was like literally crapping out on me like every turn. Locks didn't work. I was grateful for it. I was very thankful that I had a car, but I wanted a black BMW. I kept seeing it. There was a Lifetime movie I watched, and this guy drove a black BMW, and I just remember him thinking he was so cool. And then another Lifetime movie, a girl was driving a black BMW, and I just thought, that's like a classy car. I want that car, and I've had that on my life maps for a long time, and I recently just got it last year, a new black BMW, and it was crazy. And to be honest, I didn't have goals on how to achieve that. I just always visualized it. Like, I literally cut out a picture from a magazine, put it on there, I saw it, and I did the same thing with my breast implants. I put Pamela Anderson's boobs up there. Like, I was cutting out things so I could visually see it. Every day I'd visually see it, so that's why it's on my refrigerator. I'd see it, and I'd go for it. And these things just manifested. They literally will manifest themselves. It's amazing. I swear by life maps. I recently had to just start a new life map because I had already achieved my goals. I had to write a book, to have my own perfume, to have my own clothing store. Boom, 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 all those things had happened in this past year that now I have to recreate a whole new life map, which is a great problem to have because I need more goals. I want to do more things, and that's what's so great, and it's so inspiring. So it's going to motivate you, and if you don't want to put it on poster boards, you can literally just write down in a notebook, your computer, on your little notes on your phone, just anything will give you that motivation just to visually see it, to visually manifest it, to write it down, acknowledge that you want it, and you're going to get it. I promise you. Okay, so furthering your education is another one. So I went back to school quick. Obviously, the school wasn't for me, but I realized it's because I was taking classes that were general education classes like math and science, which you need for degrees. Of course, I'm not gonna like say anything, but that's just not me. It actually like discourages me more. So what I ended up doing was taking these. I went to a seminar at the La Brea Tar Pits, which was amazing, and it reignited this passion for physical anthropology. You guys know when I first went to college, I was a genetics major, and I also had a minor in physical anthropology, and it just re-sparked all these like this wonderful energy and passion I felt for it. So I ended up going and just enrolling in a science class, which you can totally do at the same college that I had dropped my business classes and my GE classes. And it's great. It's making me feel like I have other options. If one day acting didn't work out, or one day I wanted just to get really, like, just let myself go and not really care about this whole beauty thing and stuff like that, you know, I realized I had other outlets, and it just made me feel better. And reading, you guys, you know, motivational books help, but I've got Kindle lately, and I've been just downloading so many books, like, for instance, The Great Gatsby and Of Mice and Men, just really like classic books that I never read, and it's just like this opened up this whole other world to me. And I love American Psycho. Personally, I don't know if that's a classic, but it's really good. But it just opens up this whole world to you, and it's amazing. So just, you know, exercising your mind as well is an amazing thing. And even if you don't like to read, try and like make yourself read, you know? Because I was like, will I get into it? And you get into it. Like, I was really, really shocked. Again, not all these tips you have to follow all of these, but whatever ones work. Reading and furthering education are great ones. Okay, the next one is my favorite. A bubble bath meditation. You guys, I live for the bubble baths at night. I take a bubble bath every single night, and I just recently got into this again, but it feels so amazing. So I have a sleep bubble bath, I have an energy bubble bath, and I have a stress relief bubble bath, all from Bath & Body Works. I kind of switch it up depending on what I want. The sleep one is amazing. The stress relief is like a eucalyptus one. There's something about the aroma and just like having a really long day and just like soaking your muscles, letting your body just breathe. Your mind is completely clear, just thinking. And I meditate while I'm in the bath, you know, because you don't want to fall asleep in the bathtub, obviously, but I meditate. Like, that's like a prayer time to me. Not only a prayer time, but it's a reflection, like thinking, like, just not thinking about goals and stuff and like what you want to do. It's just like a sort of reflection time. Like, Trisha, you're at peace. Trisha, you have a roof over your head. It's just a sort of, it's very calming. It's very soothing. I don't have any music or noise playing personally because I like to be with my own thoughts. And then sometimes I just like to have a clear head where I think about nothing. Just this beautiful smell of the bubble bath, and then my muscles relaxing, and just a very good time of the day where you have nothing to do and you have nothing to worry about in a bathtub. It's absolutely beautiful, guys. I recommend bathtubs or bubble baths for everybody. It's amazing. And then I rinse off afterwards. If I do a sleep one, like a sleep bubble bath, literally I'll rinse off and I'll just go to sleep. It's the most angelic thing. It reminds me of like being a baby. Obviously we don't remember being an infant, but it just reminds me of putting a baby to sleep and how they just look so peaceful and serene. And that's how I feel when I go into bed after a bubble bath. So bubble baths are great. Okay, the next one is taking yourself out on a date. Yes, you can do it. You guys, I have been loving taking myself to the movies lately. Loving it. There's something so great about just taking in a movie by yourself. You know, I think sometimes when I'm with my mom, for instance, she'll like lean over and chat, or she'll be like, oh, that's the guy from, and whatever, I love it. Or my mom, you know, or my dad, for instance, if I go with my dad to the movies, you know, we look at each other a lot and give each other, like, if there's like an inside joke in the movie, we'll like do that. Or, you know, for instance, like my brother goes to the movie, and my brother doesn't really laugh at movies, even though he finds them funny, but I'll laugh a lot, and then I think like, oh, maybe I shouldn't laugh, maybe that's making him uncomfortable. Or if I go with a friend, for instance, I think about, are we gonna go to eat after, do I have to drop her off, like, you know, all these other things. And then like my sister will like nudge. My sister's always wanted to go to the bathroom, so it's kind of nice. There's something really nice about just taking in a movie by myself, getting dressed up. I love dressing up for myself. I think, Trish, if you put this much effort in for somebody else, why not put that effort in for you? And I just scratched my chest. Okay. It's gonna be all red now. Anyways, not the point of the video. I've seen a lot of people actually, I can't do this personally, but like at P.F. Chang's, to like sit by themselves at a bar and eat, which I'm sure can be relaxing for someone. Not so much me, but I also love Starbucks. That I can go to and sit alone, like just have a good coffee and a little treat. And I just flip through rag mags. I know a lot of people are on their computers, which you totally can be too, but I just like to sit through rag mags because I'm out in public. It's a change of scenery, and I think that's what's the most important. So when I say take yourself out on a date, give yourself a change of scenery. I'll love Target. I'll go spend like $300 at Target by myself because it's just fun and relaxing, and I don't have to worry about someone being bored while I'm in the clothing department, or someone being rushed because they're hungry, or someone being rushed because they want to go home. It's just me and my date and a change of scenery, and it's nice. It's really, really nice, you guys. So really, you can take yourself out and treat yourself and take yourself out on a date, you know? And then we have a family day. Now, I can get really inside myself. I can isolate myself. I can feel lonely at times because I do live alone and I don't have a boyfriend and I don't have a lot of friends, and it can be a lonely place. And as much as you love to be around yourself in your own company, it's really important to be around other people that you can socialize and interact with. And for me, it's my family. So I like to have a family day. So I will make a weekend where I can go down and see my dad or my brother and his fiance. Actually, I've been hanging out with a lot lately, because I've been feeling, you know, kind of lonely and feel like I need to be out amongst people more, and they are just like all for it, and they're so much fun. Like, I was always close with my brother, but like since he's gotten his, you know, since he got engaged, you know, they're their own thing. They're down in San Diego and they do their own thing, get busy with their lives. But I really discovered that I like hanging out with both of them and conversing about things that I can't converse with my mom, my sister, or friends or guys I'm dating. Like, you know, like especially me and my brother, we have such an intense connection because we have been together. We have the same father and we have been together all the time for the first 18 years of our life. So we have a lot of the same thinking patterns. So it's great to spend that day with your family, whether it's the whole family or individual family members, just to set that time aside and just do something with them. It's really fun, even if it's just talking on the couch. My mom will come over and we'll just talk on the couch, and it's so much fun and it feels good. It's like a therapy session, and I love that. Another great way to find motivation is in church, and I know a lot of you are not religious and a lot of you are, and even the ones that are religious may not go to church every Sunday, and I admit I used to not go to church every Sunday, but honestly, you guys, church to me is it's something that I can't even put into words. It's just a feeling that you get while in church. You feel something come inside you. Now, I'm Catholic, so we get the body and blood of Christ, and maybe that's it. Maybe it's just stories you hear about, just, I'm not sure. But again, the preachers, or our priests, are a lot like Joel, where I feel like they have a gift from God, that they're able to relate scriptures and God's word into today's world. Like, for some reason, when I go to mass, I can always take away something from it. I can always relate to it. Even if it's, sometimes it can be confusing or complicated, like I can always take something away from it. And when I don't, sometimes, you know, you do get a bad priest, not bad priest, but a priest that you don't connect with. And you don't really know what he's talking about. He's going all over the place, but at the end of the day, you do, you know, or at the end of the mass, you do so many prayers and so many, just offerings for God, and you know, you donate, you know, we have offerings so you can like give money to the church, which also makes me feel good. Like, just all of this stuff that I just, normally I don't take an hour of my day to just pray. And I love going to church because that is my hour of the day to pray, and I love it, and it's just a motivation that I just can't describe, but it's an amazing, amazing feeling when you leave mass. And finally, you guys, the biggest motivation, my biggest motivation personally, is the motivation within myself. You have to want a great life for yourself in order to get motivated. If you think you just deserve to be mediocre, if you think you just deserve to settle and you just deserve to be living the mundane life, then that's all you're going to get. But if you think you deserve more and you can achieve more and you can be better and you can do better, then that's all the motivation you need. You have to want that motivation to come deep inside. A lot of people want to, you know, succeed for their, you know, family. They want to succeed to show people in high school that they were able to succeed. They want to succeed for the fame and the money, but none of that really matters unless you want to succeed for yourself. Like me personally, and I've talked about this before, there has been something inside of me since I was a little girl that I knew I was really destined for greater things. That's why I never settled in my little town in the Midwest. You know, it wasn't for me. I knew there was something more. And then I came out and lived with a boyfriend, and I didn't settle for him because even though he made me happy and content, I wasn't excited about it. I wasn't excited anymore, and it kind of drug me away from like my career goals, and it felt like it was bringing me down more, and it just wasn't, I wanted to keep pushing forward, and he wasn't one to help me do that. So, you know, I feel like the motivation, it has to come from within, and you can motivate yourselves with these tips and going on walks and taking bubble baths and going out on dates and just doing mindless activities with yourself or with your family. You'll find the motivation through that. So even though you may not be able to sit here and be like, I'm gonna motivate myself, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go and apply for jobs, I'm gonna, you know, like maybe you can't just do that just from sitting in a chair or sitting watching this video, but by doing all these tips, going to church, praying, talking, you know, shopping, exercising, furthering your education, you're going to find the answers. And that's what is so beautiful, is the answers do come. And again, I praise Jesus every day because he has given me these answers out of nowhere. He's given me these answers out of the most random events in my life. The most random events in my life that I think, had that not happened, I would never have been here. I would never have been in this position. The most random things, and I could go through specific details of it all, but it would just take up a whole other video. But you guys, I promise you, the answers are gonna come. You're gonna find them. You're gonna discover them. Your life is going to be amazing because you were meant for great things. And never forget that God made all of us to excel and succeed in life, and we can all excel and succeed in life. So if you see someone getting success quicker than you, they're just going at a different pace, but you can do that too, and you were born to do that too. You were born to have success, and there's enough success for everybody. We can all be successful because we all have our strengths, and just always know that, and always encourage each other, encourage yourself. Don't ever put negativity out in the universe. Just stay positive, because if you just put a shield around any negativity out of your mouth coming in, just no negativity, speak only words of positivity, I promise you that's all you're going to get. That's all it's going to come back to you. You put out the positive even when it's really hard, and I promise you that positivity is going to come back by the boatloads. You're going to have an abundance of positivity. So here is your motivation. Go ahead and favorite this video so you can come back if you need motivation. Write down all the tips that I gave you. Make your own tips. If you have tips for me or anybody else on how to stay motivated and how to keep motivated in this world, please, please, please leave them in the comments below. Let's all build each other up and just pray and wish and hope and strive and work hard for that success, and just live your each day with just happiness, and don't think of anything but that. Just think of happiness and love and prosperity, and it's gonna happen. And I hope I could have motivated you guys already. I just feel amazing talking about this, and just I want to go out for a walk now, and I want to just go ahead and like do a million more things. And honestly, guys, just from this video I can think of like a million, like I literally think of 3 things I want to put on my new life map, and it's amazing that that came from literally doing this video. Like it just literally popped in my head, and I feel so so amazed. And again, you know, it's just patience is a virtue, and laughter is the best medicine, and love really makes the world go round. So go ahead and just tell people you love them. Don't ever waste a minute of this life, you guys. Don't waste 1 minute being anything but happy and wonderful, and just stay healthy, stay blessed. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Oh, that was my hands, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys more than you'll ever know. Here are my kissies for my fishies. And just kisses to you all. Like, I don't, whoever you are, whether you've hated me before, I wish nothing but the best from you. So my sincere, heartfelt kisses. We need more kisses. That's what we need. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.